Hey, princess. Oh. Here we go, everybody. Hello, happy Friday, everybody. Moon runes. Hiya, heya, heya. Oh no, Ghostly. Ghostly's, you've lost my favor. Too late. Too late. Too late. That's, oh no, I'm sorry, Ghostly. You having a rough day? Is this because you lit things on fire? I hope you stood your ground at least. But am I assuming, is this a work-related matter due to the, you just not taking any guff from them folk? I did. Work was trash for... Oh my god. New reasons? Oh, you're just getting... Thank you so much, Opera Wait, Twilight, I did it. What did you do? Ghostly, what hath thou done? Hi, princess. Kids are asleep. Welcome in. Welcome in. Always love Dino Dance. I just had a friend send me a thing about dinosaurs being intelligent and talking about Tolstoy, and it reminded me of, like, this is like back in college, so the youngins might not remember this, but it reminded me of Velociraptor, and made me realize that I think I deeply miss Velociraptor as a part of internet culture. It's a thing I miss. Oh god. I just got back on the workout train, so I'm feeling very good about that. Today's actually been a really good day, so I'm feeling very, very, very good about that. Moon runes, princess. There we go. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for her screaming. She did it just for you, Moon runes. She knew you were here. She knew we were reading your stuff, so she was like, I have to go let Moon runes know. Hear the call. Hear the song of my people. But you did it. Okay. I got my galoshes and went out to the shed and dug through the memory box. You found it. Ghostly, after all the trash talking, Ghostly has found my legal documentation has been set. The fact that Ghostly, on top of going to work, found the time. I appreciate the level of stubbornness, Ghostly. It's definitely, you should definitely talk to, you're definitely a kindred spirit to Opera Soria. The level of spite inspired. Oh god. I love this so much. This is so amazing, Ghostly. Oh. Alright, hold on, I gotta download this. Let me download this. Oh my god. This is incredible. For legal purposes. Let's put that in the desktop. That is... Oh shit, this is funny. This is really funny. Oh, hold on, wait, I missed... I have a whole book chapter that's What If Dinosaurs, but a telenovela. Oh, really? Kids are asleep? That's incredible. That's awesome. All right, everybody. This is Ghostly's certificate of marriage to Virgil Thomas. There you go. Look at that. Look what Ghostly found. You look what Ghostly found in her shed. Obviously not made last minute at all. Certificate of marriage. This certificate pertains to Virgil Thomas and Ghostly Ann Graves. We are united in holy matrimony on June 14th. Okay, 1852. Very nice. All right. You're pulling. Okay, well done, Ghostly. I appreciate the. I deeply. You know what? I deeply appreciate the the attention to detail, the attention to narrative detail from Lone Star. Like these things do actually actually track. At Ashton. Okay. All right. You get married in the weird town. Okay. Witnessed by James Cody, Nat Freeman, of course, and Flynn Harris. Look at that. Look at that. It's official. That's true. Bride, Ghostly Graves. Groom, Virgil Thomas. The Opera Soria looks legitimate. Look at the brand. I do love the Church of the Mother's Grace. Oh, shit. Oh. Ghostly. You know what? I can't argue with that. I cannot argue. I can't argue with that. I guess I'm. I guess what is it called? What is the stupid quote from? Oh, actually, I think this quote's from Rock of Love too. Flattery will get you everywhere, and this is definitely. I will take this form of flattery. The attention to detail, the mother's grace, and all that. I do appreciate. Ghostly, give me my damn compensation, you capitalist pig. I think that was Mae West originally. LOL. Yep. In the you got the red star there too. Yep. I will say I deeply appreciate the attention to detail. I cannot argue with this. And indeed, I am a pushover for flattery. I clearly am a pushover when it comes to validation. Because I will say, Ghostly, this is really funny. This is really good. It is good. It is good. All right. Okay. We'll see. We'll okay. All right. There will be compensation. Compensation to Ghostly for Wildlight Industries murdering her husband. To be honest with you, as in typical boss fashion, I had no idea Virgil was married. This is news to me. You know. Thank you. Yeah, that's really funny. That's fantastic. Oh, that is. Wait, when are we paying out? I'll read. We'll do like a reading. We'll do like a reading for Ghostly. Where it goes. I mean, can you actually like dole out tort coins? Can you do that? Actually, this is a thing. This might be a function of Twitch that I have no idea how to fucking use. But it might be possible. I was like, yeah, you can, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. Then it will just comp. You know what? We're a company town here. We have company dollars. That's what Tor coins are. So I'm gonna give you a company IOU, that you can only spend here. Yeah, exactly, Sorry, that's why I mentioned the Tor bot currency system. That might be something to, like, do in the Discord, maybe. I mean, it would work. I guess it would work here. It would be, like, a whole separate currency system than, like, the Twitch integrated Tor coin system. Did Virgil have a last name? Did he? Oh, God. Calling me out. Wildlight's reward card. Exact moon runes. It's like a Dave and Buster's card, but it's just like my face on it, just like just a Wildlight reward card. I don't know, that's what I need to make. I need to make a reward card. I'm not gonna have anything else on the merch store. It's just gonna be that. And that's what I'll do. I'll just get okay, I'm still getting lambasted with work shit. Come on, people. Okay. Okay, I'll get back to that. But yeah, and then we'll just have like moon runes draw a goobery picture of me just like doing a thumbs up and like, you know, like that. And then that'll be on the Dave and Buster's card. But it'll be like the Imperator Wildlight Bucks. Wildlight Bucks. Yeah, something like that. I'll totally design this. And that's all that's on the merch store. Nothing else. No shirts, nothing of the like. It's just gonna be a stupid card with my face on it. But it has to be me making like it, like, you know, when they draw you to look like like a stupid cartoon character, you know, like the character stuff, it has to be like the most unflattering, goobery picture of me. Is the only way that I will accept this. Um, I don't think he did, because not only did Ghostly go back to the script, she also went to old VODs while writing. That's possible. I feel it's funny. You said Thomas, and I was like, that actually could have been the last name. I would not have been surprised if that was indeed the last name. So, Moon Runes, I got this. Yeah. And see, once the VOD goes up, you could just screen cap me making the dumb face, and then, you know, go to town from there. By the way, I got one of those when I was 13. My first trip to Universal Studios, and for whatever reason I called it the headbanger phase, where I was just like, look how hard I can hit my head into a wall. It's like I was a child, all right? This is a thing that young boys clearly did. But it is still to this day one of my most treasured possessions. My mom has it. I let her keep it because it clearly brings her joy to have a picture of me looking like essentially I've given myself brain damage. So she clearly enjoys it. It is now Virgil Thomas. Yeah, I was like, Virgil Thomas works. That's a good name. I'll take that. I need to see this. Next time I go to Wyoming, I'll see if I can sneak a picture of it. But yeah, unfortunately, my mother keeps it. I let her keep it. We'll add that to the lore, Ghostly. You already named Virgil the Virgin anyway. That you get that. It's canon, so might as well give you the last name. Okay, hold on. Before we get started, I gotta see what the hell this is about. It's quiet. I do all this crap. I do all my meetings. I get work stuff done so I can stream unharassed. And it does not happen. So now I gotta see what this is. I gotta see what's going on. Gotta see what's going on. I gotta see what these people want. They have questions. They need things from me, apparently. Okay. Okay. Okay, all right. Sorry about that, everybody. It's adult. The people who actually do pay me, the people who pay me real dollars to keep the lights on, apparently have questions, so I'm required to answer them. Sorry about that, Opera Soria. Do you want ads a little earlier or still on schedule? No, on schedule's fine. I think we're only gonna do 2 sprints today. We're gonna read Moon Runes, the first 2 chapters of Moon Runes book, and that might actually be all we're going to do today. So I've updated everything that I'm doing. I had a breakthrough earlier today writing wise, and I'm very excited about it. So I'm gonna take some time off stream today and earlier tomorrow before I stream tomorrow to kind of like get the foundations worked out. But I think I figured out what my next project's gonna be. I think the haunted house story is getting put on the shelf. And I think I know what I'm doing. I think I know what the next, like, horror film is gonna be. So, because I've been struggling with it, and I'm just not... I'm struggling, like, really feeling it, and by this point, if I'm not writing... If I'm not really feeling passionate about it, because, if you make it as a movie, you're gonna be stuck with it for, like, 4 years of your life. So... 7 minutes. Opera story. I can't math. No worries. No worries. So anyway, I don't know what happened. I was writing my journal this morning, and all of a sudden a bunch of things clicked, and like half the main like plot points and characters just sort of happened in like an hour and a half. So I'm taking that as a good sign. That's something. You know. So the muse has struck. So I'm gonna go ahead. So we're just gonna do readings today. And then tomorrow we'll do our normal like 3 sprint day, and I'll probably continue working on it. But let's see. Good moon runes. I'll try not to cringe too hard. It's definitely nerve-wracking moon runes, but I think you'll find everybody here is pretty chill. But I know it's hard. It's very hard. It's very hard. But sometimes it really does help. It does help listening to other people read the writing. Sometimes that's going to be all the notes you need, too. Just hearing it. But I'm sure what you've written is fantastic. I've read some of your stuff before, and like off stream, and it's always been very good. So, true, I'm going to be taking notes. Yep. Just yeah. Don't take every stumbling as a note that you did like something wasn't right. I just sometimes can't read. You know, Ghostly's had to experience this where I'll just skip lines sometimes. That's just because my eyes are tired and I'm bouncing around like a crazy person. So don't take that as a sign like you failed. But sometimes hearing how things flow does like kind of get your brain to see differences that when you're reading it to yourself you don't necessarily notice. Oh, you were doing that the other night. Yep. But we're gonna hang out for a couple more minutes because we still got an ad break going. But yeah, how is everybody doing? How's Ghostly aside from that? If you want Ghostly, we can do you could trade in your redemption. We can do your the story you're currently writing on stream. Because I really like what you've done design wise with it. I really enjoy your designs, or at least how you're like laying it out, essentially kind of making a sort of visually inspired narrative, like a story. There we go, everybody. Don't threaten me with a good time, and flattery will get you everywhere. It's gonna be the trends. These are gonna be the words. These are gonna be the call. What do you call it? The calls to action. I think that's what they call it for like YouTube. You know, they click the subscribe button. It's just those are going to be the calls to action in the channel apparently. It's fine. Also, don't be scared to tell Wildlife. Yeah. Definitely tell me if I skip a line, please do. Don't. Yes, did you like it? I haven't read it, but I skimmed it and I really liked the way it looked. So we can read that on stream. Oh no, the images you used were great. You definitely got that like. It definitely it has a vibe from like a period of time. Whoever that like the guy that you have, the pictures of the guy in there, that reminds me very heavily of like Easy Rider stuff, like Southern Roadster, like The Loveless, and like some of these other films I've seen. Just like very. Yes. Oh, you know this. Okay, you know the name of it, or is that the name of the character? Princess demands her pets. Princess does indeed demand the pets. Oh, nice. Very cool. Yeah. But no, it felt like the moment I see the pictures you chose, I'm pretty sure I'm like, I know that character. I've seen that type of character before. You know. Did you see the Starman? Did I see the Starman? I think I did. Let me see. What am I doing? Open. Oh yeah, yes, I did see the Starman. Yes, I did. At first, I was just like, oh yes, okay, yeah, that's what you're referring to. Yes. I'm assuming that's the mysterious figure in one of your pictures. Yeah. Which is creepy, which is legitimately creepy. The way that you have the picture done. So, but yes, I'm excited to read it. So maybe we can, if you want, we can read that on stream as part of your compensation for Virgil's death. Now, what happens if I bring Virgil back to life? How does that work? How does this work? What happens if I don't kill Virgil in the final draft of Lone Star? Is it at that point? Is it just for the trauma of killing Virgil, of possibly killing Virgil? It's the compensation for the mental stress. Ghostly, don't give me that up. Don't do that to me. We all know you won't. You never know. You never know. You never know what happens in the throes of the words. You never know. Sometimes you come out of the fog of war not knowing what's happening. All right. Coming out of ads. Thank you, Oprasoria. All right. Sweet. And we are out of ads. So we are going to dive in. Let me grab. Yes, it's Life Without Death. Let me see. Do we have the blurb? If you want, you can post the blurb, Moonrunes. Did you post the blurb? I know it's called Life Without Death, but why do I not see the blurb? Is there a blurb? Did I miss it? I might have missed it. There we go. Got it. Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, got it. Got it. All right. Okay, so here is... Can I post this? Let's see if I can post this without Twitch getting mad. Oh, it did. It got mad. Okay, I'll just. Oh, it literally cut off the very end of the last word. Okay, so here is the blurb for Moonrunes' story, Life Without Death. Cursed with immortality, every time Sophia dies, she wakes coughing up marigold petals and clawing her way out of a shallow grave. Haunted by loneliness and desperate to find others like her, she embarks on a dangerous journey with her best friend Theodore, a mischievous spirit who's been on her side for centuries. Together, they seek the truth behind her curse, but as they delve deeper, Sophia begins to unravel a truth darker than she imagined, one that could change the course of her fate forever. I feel like it does sound adorable. I'm not gonna lie, Moonrunes. The idea of a mischievous spirit named Theodore. So I had I'm not gonna lie. I have a. Oh, you love the voice I did there. Oh, nice. Okay, thank you. One of my best friends as a kid was named Theo, for Theodore, and he was, if a human being could have been a mischievous spirit, that's exactly what he was. Where did you go? There you go. He was a literal he was a bad influence, some might say, but a good-hearted kid. But yeah, he was like one of my best friends growing up. Yeah, I was gonna say, Moonrunes, your blurbs, because I remember you struggling with that, because it is so hard to like condense everything into a little like concise narrative. From like a larger story, so you've clearly gotten very good at that, because that is like to the point, concise, gets the tone, everything. Yep, yeah, you know me, I can't just do a little. Yeah, for sure. But you're getting really good at that. Yeah, I can tell. You've been like submitting and trying to like distill your like quote unquote log lines to these points. All right, we're gonna start the Sorry, we're gonna start the timer. For everybody who wants to listen in and read, we're going to be reading. If you don't want to hear my voice, because you yourself are writing, feel free to mute, and then, or turn it down. So, we'll see you all back here in 40 minutes. Here we go. Happy writing, everybody. We will see you on the other side. Oh man, my heart is racing. It'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be nerve-wracking initially. Okay, Ghostly, go eat dinner. I know it's gonna be nerve-wracking, Moonrunes, but don't worry too much. You'll get used to it. It won't be quite as bad, I promise. I promise you it's not that bad. All right. Chapter 1. 45 minutes. I am cursed to walk the line between life and death, a shadow among the decaying and the forgotten. No matter how many times I am laid to rest, entombed in the cold, unforgiving soil beneath headstones etched with forgotten names, death eludes me. Sorry, I'm late. Had to take. No, you are fine. We are just getting started. I literally just read the opening sentence. Here we are, Cryptid. This is Moonrunes doing Life Without Death. Before I went back to Tort, reconfigured the link posting. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, Upper Soria. Cool. All right, here we go. Death. Let me reread that. No matter how many times I am laid to rest, entombed in the cold, unforgiving soil beneath headstones, etched with forgotten names, death eludes me. Time and time again, I claw my way up from the depths, through layers of damp earth, and emerge gasping beneath the shroud of midnight. I rise once more, brushing the graveyard dirt from my hands, each grain a reminder that oblivion is a luxury I am forever denied. My fingertips, caked with damp soil, break through the freshly turned earth, clawing desperately towards open air. My chest heaves as I struggle, lungs burning, ribs aching with each agonizing cough that escapes me. The memory of my last death clings to me, a fleeting, suffocating feeling of a noose tightening around my throat, the scrape of coarse rope burning against my skin. It's only a phantom now, but the pain lingers, bitter and raw. My throat feels torn, an itch that crawls its way out until I cough hard, a gut-wrenching sound that scatters marigold petals across the graveyard soil like strange offerings. Utterly visceral descriptions, Moonrunes. Just intense. You are doing a very good job describing, textually, what it would probably feel like if you were still alive, crawling your way out of a grave after dying. You're definitely doing a good job. The details are absolutely gorgeous. You're definitely doing a good job, kind of like putting us in the moment. It's a strong opener. It's a compelling opening to just have someone climbing out of a grave. Fantastic. Fantastic visceral opening. Still gross, no matter how many times I see it, a familiar voice says, attempting to grimace through worry, though worry lingers beneath. I glance up to see Theo hovering, his face a mix of horror and amusement, yet there's a softness in his eyes I can't ignore. I glare, lips cracked as I spit another marigold petal to the ground. I love the marigold petal things. I don't know, that's cool. It's such a neat little detail, and it's visually really, really compelling. What? He shrugs, though there's an edge to his smirk, as if to mask the helplessness I know he feels. You could have helped, you know, I mutter, dragging myself fully onto the ground. Each movement sends a fresh wave of pain through me, the cycle of rebirth never growing easier, only more familiar. I brush the dirt from my torn dress, my hands trembling slightly. Theo crosses his arms. Do you know how much energy it takes to wield a shovel? I'm incorporeal, not a workhorse. I roll my eyes, but they're heavy, the ache of past death settling in my bones. I reach for Theo's hand without thinking, as if he could. I reach for Theo's hand without thinking, as if he could ground me, his presence somehow more tangible in this quiet moment. Nice. I like that. I like that little description. But my fingers pass through the empty air. His smirk falters, and he reaches out, but stops himself. His frustration clear, even as he tries to laugh it off. Oh, that's adorable. Already a great relationship here. Two characters that clearly care for each other, and also the powerlessness of being able to help the other. Love it. Love it. It took you 10 minutes longer this time, he says, sobering. His words seemed to hang in the night air, the usual banter fading into an uneasy silence. His brow furrows, the concern in his gaze something that comforts and unsettles me in equal measure. Well, he prompts, trying to keep his tone light, though worry bleeds through. Why? I don't know, I reply, brushing the last of the soil from my tangled hair, and even if I did, it's not as though I could stop it. Theo watches me, frustration and helplessness crossing his face. He can never fully understand, yet here he is, every time, ready to pull me from the grave in spirit, if not in body. Sore throat? Theo teases, though the tension has only partly melted. His voice carries a hint of forced cheer as he floats beside me, trying to bring us back to familiar ground. I shoot him a look, though it's hard to stay angry at him for long. I guess hangings will do that to you, he says, grinning at his own dark joke. Do you ever get tired of hearing your own voice? I grumble as we pass through the rusted iron gates of the graveyard, leaving the shadows and headstones behind. Not particularly, he replies, smug and unbothered. Somehow, despite everything, his voice is the only thing grounding me to this strange, restless life. Fantastic opener, Moonrunes. Hell of an opening, my god. I mean, like, that's it. I mean, cinematically. He is. They've been together since 1665, and the novel starts in 1880. Do you have art for them? My heart already. Not only AI generated ones, which are not yet. Only which are perfect. Oh, that's nice. That's so good. Yeah. I mean, it's a great opening, Moonrunes. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, absolutely fantastic opening. I can just see, like, you know, camera craning up as you see the, like, you know, the old iron, you know, gates in a cemetery as this sort of odd pair go wandering out of the graveyard. Utterly fantastic. It's great. Great visuals. So good. The banter is banter. Yep. The banter's good. It's a good kid. They're great characters. They care for each other. We know exactly where they are and where they stand at this early moment, which, for as, like, high concept as the opening is, that's good to have. All right. London's bustling streets greet us as Theo and I step into the overcast light from the crowded train station. I quickly merge into foot traffic, Theo close behind, his body passing through unsuspecting commuters, his face alight with mischief. I like this. It's like Casper almost. He's just like I can see this. This is fantastic. I was like, oh, Ghostly's very excited. It's London. I'm surprised after all this time we haven't been here yet, Theo comments, his voice threaded with a rare curiosity. I've been here once before, but that was a long time ago now, I reply, shrugging off the odd stares of bystanders who seem to think I'm speaking for myself. Okay, thank you, Opera Soria. Please hold all of my business calls. Will do. Will do. You got it. I reply, shrugging off the odd stares of bystanders who seem to think I'm speaking to myself. So, what's the plan? Where are you going to stay? Theo asks, gleefully flapping his hand into a stranger's face, causing them to stumble. He chuckles, looking pleased as I raise a brow at him. Fantastic. That's so good. I love it. I love it. It's delightful. A boarding house for women, of course. For that, I'll need money. I cast him a side eye, and he scoffs loudly. When will you start getting your own money, huh? He complains, his eyes roll dramatic. Why would I need to do that when I have a perfectly good spirit at my side? I reply with a grin. Theo glares, pretending to be annoyed. Yes, what would you do without me? He mocks with a sigh. Exactly. I'd be lost without you. I flash him my cheekiest smile as he disappears with a grumble before I can retort. I chuckle at the empty space beside me, then slip down a quieter street, away from the throngs of people. As I walk, a figure catches my eye. A woman dressed in mourning attire, stands perfectly still among the bustling crowd. Her gaze seems fixed on me, as if she can see right through me, her eyes black as night. My breath catches, a chill creeping along my spine, but when I blink, she's gone. I shake myself of the sight. Must have been a trick of the light. Ahead, I find a wood inn. Nice. That's nice and creepy. Now we got a good creepy in a question. Oh, that's a good point, Cryptid. Does she get odd looks for appearance too, or does she blend in with her surroundings by the graveyard dirt? I'd add a bead, just to clear. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it's kind of like, uh, um, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, just to kind of like, because she did just crawl out of a grave, or like cleaned off, brushed off, just like a note maybe. Yeah, blending. Yeah. A note, just to kind of clarify that she's a, if she is a like, because she is an undead creature and maybe like ghoulish. Yeah, just kind of like, okay, she can blend in. Yep. Do. Where am I at? Okay, yeah, creepy. Yes, I like this creepy bit. Ahead, I find a wooden wall plastered with a chaotic collage of flyers, posters, and advertisements, their edges fraying with age. As I scan them, flashes of past promises and failed leads flicker in my mind empty words. False assurances, all dead ends, but I push them away, searching. Always searching. Interesting, okay. Thea reappears, dropping a small pouch of coins into my cupped hand. The weight is reassuring, though the memory of countless other good spirits who have promised answers taunts me. Alright, okay. Alright, this person's on a mission. I like this. Now we're starting to okay, we've got a missions. We got missions. I like this. Um Let's see, but I push them away. Searching. Okay. Thea reappears, dropping a small pouch of. Oh, I just read that. Okay. Thank you, Theo. You're the best. He, oh, I got you. Sorry. Okay, yep. Who has promised answers. Thank you, Theo. You're the best, he mutters, sarcasm dripping from every word. Thank you. I appease him. He smirks and folds his arm over his chest triumphantly. Uh, Yeah, Theo ends up getting her the lace, and that okay, that's cool. Okay, I like that. Uh, cool. And that's delightful, Moonridge. You turn it into a bit. That's great. Yeah, they are adorable together. These two, you've definitely got a good buddy story going on here. I love this. As I turn back to the wall, my gaze lands on a particular advertisement. The bold, faded print catching my eye. Join the mysterious world of spiritual communion. Ah, yes. Oh, when did you say this was? The 1880s? Yeah, this is the beginning of spiritualism and seances. Yep. With all the snake oil salesmen and all the weird, yeah, very cool. I'm into this. I love this stuff. 18 the 18 the like the rise of spiritualism into like all the way up until like the 1920s, where there was like that 40-year period, man, where it was a thing. I love it. I love it. Seances by Harrison Chambers, renowned medium and spiritualist. Experience the veil between worlds in our intimate candlelit seances. Feel the presence of the departed and hear their whispers from beyond. Come, if you dare, to commune with the unseen. A shiver runs through me as I hesitate, fingers grazing the brittle paper. Behind me, a low murmur reaches my ears. Two women whispering. What just happened? When this is published, Ghostly wants a hardcover. Exactly. Yeah, it was like, why is Tort? What did Tort do? Oh, Tort is just upset now. Tort, I don't know what triggered Tort to do that, but poor Tort. Um, a shiver runs through me. And I hesitate, fingers grazing the brittle paper. Behind me, a low murmur reaches my ears. Two women whispering, glancing furtively at the flyer. Did you hear? They say people leave his seances different. One of them murmurs, her voice tinged with fear. Some say they're haunted, others mad. The words press into me, unsettling but magnetic. I feel Theo's gaze on me, his expression wary. Another one? He pouts, his mouth twisting with concern as I fold the paper and slip it into my pocket. You know they're never the real thing. And you know I need to take a look. I have to. I pin him with a gaze, letting him see the resolve in my eyes. This is something I won't compromise on, and he knows it. Okay, very cool. Okay. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, yeah, Crypta. I have no idea why he's upset again. Who knows? Tort's just having a panic attack. Maybe it's because Opera Soria left, and maybe he feels scared being alone. Theo sighs, raking a hand through his messy auburn hair, the worry softening just slightly. Without another word, I turn on my heel, beginning my search for a boarding house that will take me. There must be another like me out there, someone who shares this endless curse. After the centuries of searching, of following dead leads and empty promises, I still have nothing to show for it. The thought presses heavy on my chest. Am I destined to walk entirely alone? My gaze drifts to Theo as he paces beside me, his hands shoved deep in his trouser pockets. His eyes catch mine, a glimmer of a knowing passing between us. Well, perhaps not entirely alone. It's a great ending. It's a great. I get you. You paint the picture really well, Moonrunes. You paint the like. I can literally see him just kind of like hands in pocket. It's almost very like a. Uh, I don't know. I don't know if you've ever watched Cowboy Bebop Moonrunes, but like it's very Spike Spiegel. You know, hands deep in the pockets and kind of casting that like side glance and kind of looking back at the character with that little bit of that kind of like knowing smile. I love it. It's very. I can see it in my head. It's very very good. Um, yeah, you're painting the picture really well. Yep, I think like some of the things that Cryptid point out I think are solid. Just maybe a little bit. I mean, it's interesting. You for as well as you're painting the picture, you are very like the brevity is there. You're definitely not like lingering. The pace is fast. Um, you are moving very 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 quickly. Um, so I definitely wouldn't be. I would not be afraid to like. I mean, maybe I don't. Yeah, maybe it's contrast to like notes. I don't know if you've got notes that are like you're too wordy. I actually feel like you could be a little bit more wordy. That's just my. But keep in mind this is my personal opinion now. This isn't like a critique. But I like the pace you're moving at. I guess the only thing I would say is maybe like a ritual if she's done it enough. This is a great end point for your like intro, but maybe seeing like on the outskirts of London before getting into the city. Maybe does this character have a ritual of like, okay, here's the weird things I have to do every time I crawl out of a grave to just like, does she have any kind of ritual or anything to like find a change of clothes? There's kind of always the sort of or like the Crow is a good example of this, where you get that kind of moment where he kind of comes back to life, doesn't know what's happening, but then you get the kind of he becomes the Crow moment. It's kind of like, how does she kind of, I feel like if you did this over and over again, you would maybe have like kind of a ritual to be like, well, I'm glad I'm alive again, and dust myself off, and do something like some sort of ritual or just thing that they like to do. That's my only thing is like maybe something in between this end point, because you definitely should. This is a strong intro ending, and before we like are just in the middle of London. My notes from the past work is that's too slow. Gotcha. Okay. Um yeah. I think that's it. I definitely wouldn't like. That's just, yeah. This is just me. Okay, for sure. Taking all the notes definitely. Okay, yeah. I think that's kind of it. Maybe she has to like pick a flower petals out of her teeth or something. Yeah. I mean, she's already coughing up those things, but it could be like it could be a funny moment for like a joke or something to kind of put her more like fully formed. I'm sure they're going to go through the process of like getting new fashion, doing that whole thing, but like kind of more kind of. I feel like no matter what, crawling out of a grave is going to be a traumatic experience, no matter how many times you've done it. So at that point, it's like you gotta have something to kind of wash the gross off of you a little bit. I feel like um, that'll help make it feel less frantic because you eliminate confusion about I think that's I think something like that. Yeah, something like I wouldn't like really linger there longer, but I do think you can have more details because I do think it's moving at a good clip. You're definitely moving fast. Um, Pace is good, but I think you can kind of linger in details a little bit longer. I think it's just what. Yeah, I'm assuming. I'm assuming we're gonna find this out, Cryptid, because Moon Runes mentioned earlier that the flowers become a thing. Yeah, and they have like there's gonna be a thing. So I think it's only when they come back to life. That clearly seems like a setup. Something you're setting up that's gonna pay off. Cool. Okay, guys, they have a meeting towards the middle end. Got it. Yep. Okay. 45. Oh, interesting. Okay. 2. All right. I smoothed down my new dress, the fabric stiff and unfamiliar, before stepping onto the crowded sidewalk with Theo drifting close behind. You could have found anything easier to couldn't have found anything easier to breathe in, I mutter, tugging at the blood red bodice that feels more like a cage than an outfit. Nice. Okay, there we go. Okay, got you. The 10 minutes will make sense. Got it. Yeah. I figured you're setting a motif there. Even if I don't know what it means. Let's see. I like this. Okay, here we go. We get the funny Victorian outfit comments, Moon Runes, which I enjoy. I like that a lot. Here we go. Let's all talk about Victorian dresses on women, and how painful they were. I mutter, tugging at the blood red bodice that feels more like a cage than an outfit. Hey, these dresses are all the rage, Theo replies flippantly, smirking as I fidget. Ignoring him, I reach into my pocket. Is that true, Cryptid? They weren't? I thought, like, or was that just the standard fashion? I didn't know that. I thought they were. I thought that's why they put up with them. It was like the hourglass figure thing that they were trying to do. Hey, these dresses are all the rage, Theo replies flippantly. Yeah. That's what I figured. Yeah, that's what I figured. Oh, they were not uncomfortable? Were they not really? They patted them out. Gotcha. They patted them out. Interesting. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought they did like deform part of the actual body. Interesting. I didn't know that. When laced properly, they're not awful. Got it. Yeah, I did not know that. I always assumed that they were. But Ghostly speaks from experience. I did not know that. Wow. Okay, good to know. Ignoring, hey, these dresses were all the rage, Theo replies flippantly, smirking as I fidget. Ignoring him, I reach into my pocket and retrieve the folded advertisement I picked up a few days prior. I smooth it open, scanning for the address printed in elegant script. You're still going to see this guy? Theo's voice is edged with exasperation, a hint of his usual protective worry creeping in. Yes. Is that a problem? I reply, feeling a familiar irritation rise as his endless pestering. I reply, feeling a familiar irritation rise as his endless pestering. He falls silent, looking away, his gaze lost down the street. His face tightens as though he wants to say more, but chooses to hold back. Let's get going, shall we? I say briskly, turning away from the boarding house and setting off through the bustling crowd. When we arrive, I can't help but feel underwhelmed. The house is plain, modest two-story home tucked among. The house is plain, modest two-story home. The house is, the house is a plain, modest two-story home. Or wait, is plain, modest two-story home tucked among its equally unassuming neighbors. Got it. Only the door stands out, a bold vermilion red, almost as striking as my dress. Gotcha. Yeah, I figured Moon Runes. It just took me a second. I share a look with Theo, who shrugs, then approach the door. My heeled boots clicking against the cobblestones. I tug at the bodice again, smoothing the row of buttons before knocking firmly with a gloved hand. The door swings open, revealing a lively middle-aged woman with a warm smile that lights up her face despite the gray light filtering through the thickening clouds. "Hello, ma'am," I begin unfolding the advert in my hand. "Oh, hello, dear. Here to see Mr. Chambers?" She doesn't wait for an answer, gesturing me in with an enthusiastic wave. "Oh, do come in." I offer a tentative smile, stepping over the threshold and trying not to laugh as she slams the door right through Theo. Nice, nice. That's good. Yep. I do like it anytime you remind us where Theo is and what Theo is doing, and all the shenanigans that Theo is getting up to. I am 100% on board with anything reminding me what Theo is up to. He slips past the wood, the door shuddering at his arrival. He shoots me a withering look, clearly offended, as I stifle a grin. Nice. "If you follow me to the drawing room, I'll call on Mr. Chambers." She gestures to the left, leading us into a dimly lit room. Her silver hair, pinned in a neat bun, catches the glow of a simple chandelier overhead as she moves. The drawing room is as unremarkable as the exterior. A few upholstered chairs and a low table, but devoid of any personal touches. Only a small, framed portrait on the table catches my eye. I glance closer, noting a young girl, her features soft, with a sweet smile. The air in the room feels heavy with unspoken stories, and I find myself wondering how many secrets are tucked away in this plain, unassuming space. Nice. I'm not gonna. I love these little details, Moon Runes. This is maybe the classic literature nerd in me, but anytime you start like dealing into like internal character musing, I could live there longer. It's just a opinion thing for me, but I love these little like living inside the character's head, just kind of want like being able to like dream about a space as the way that they are tells me more about the space than just physically describing it. So I'm a big fan of that. Part of me would be like more of it, but I do like this a lot. Moon Runes, it's very good. Exactly, Cryptid, and she's a screaming. Would you like some tea? She asked, her voice bright. "Oh, yes, that would be lovely. Thank you, Miss..." I trail off, hoping for her name. "Oh, dear me," she gasps, a hand to her chest. "I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself." "Martha Bennett. I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. Martha Bennett," she announces with a little curtsy, beaming as if delighted by the formality. I chuckle, unable to help it. "It's a pleasure, Miss Bennett," I reply, dipping into a curtsy of my own. "Oh, please, Martha is just fine," she laughs, nearly skipping to the hallway entrance. "I'll go get that tea ready. Mr. Chambers won't be long." With that, she bustles out, sliding the heavy doors closed behind her. "I like her," I whisper, glancing at Theo, who glares, clearly unimpressed. "You only like her because she slammed the door on me." He rolls his eyes, folding his arms in a huff. "You're not entirely wrong," I reply with a smirk. When he doesn't respond, I turn to see nothing but empty air beside me. Before I can call out, he reappears, looking thoroughly displeased. I raise a brow, silently questioning him. "He's coming," he mutters, crossing his arms tighter over his chest, a small pout forming on his lips. The sound of heavy footsteps draws my attention to the doors. They slide open, revealing a tall young man with ebony hair slicked back from his pale, angular face, his piercing brown eyes sweeping the room. When his gaze lands on me, his face lights up with a charming smile, a dimple appearing in his right cheek. Handsome, and judging by the confident gleam in his eyes, very aware of it. Nice. Theo shifts closer to me, his stance protective, his expression guarded. "Hello, miss. Welcome to my humble abode. I am Harrison Chambers," he announces, stepping forward. "But you, my lady, may call me Harry." Oh, this fella. You gotta watch out for guys like this. He winks, a roguish grin spreading across his face. I bite back a laugh and extend my hand. He's oh so charming. I know, he definitely thinks he is, that's for sure. "Sophia, It's a pleasure, I reply, smiling demurely as he takes my fingers, pressing a chaste kiss to my knuckles. Theo scoffs loudly, but I ignore him. Sophia. What a lovely name for an equally lovely woman. Harry says smoothly before continuing, What can I do for you on this dreary day? I hold up a flyer, and his eyes brighten with interest. I would like to request your services. You see, I have reason to believe that I am being haunted. I explain with a slight pout, watching his face for any reaction. Harry nods, his face sympathetic, but there's a flash in his eyes that suggests he's both intrigued and unsettled. Behind him, Theo throws his hands up in exasperation, his face a mask of indignation. Excuse me, I'm not some howling ghoul in the night, he huffs, his arms waving dramatically. All right, well now Theo has become a Muppet in my. He's become a ghost Muppet in my eyes. Dramatically haunted, he repeats with a scowl. I stifle a laugh, keeping my expression steady as Harry gives me an encouraging smile, blissfully unaware of Theo's fuming presence behind him. Yes, it has been quite harrowing as of late. I begin, my voice soft, my lashes fluttering just so. I do. I enjoy him be like thinking he's the most charming man on the face of the planet, and her just playing him like a fiddle. It is very funny. If you could determine who or what it is, I would be most appreciative. Harry's expression shifts to one of intense focus, his grip tightening slightly around my fingers as he leans closer. In that moment, his charming facade cracks, a flicker of something deeper, almost painful across his face. His fingers instinctively reach towards a small braided ribbon on his wrist, and he glances down as if realizing he's revealed too much. He covers it with a smile, but not before I catch the sorrow in his eyes. I will do everything in my power, my lady, he promises, his voice low, filled with confidence, yet touched by something else, something almost desperate. Okay. That's good. I'm asking questions. I have questions. I am intrigued. Out of the corner of my eye, I catch Theo's expression, livid and barely restrained. He looks ready to lunge forward and strangle Harry himself. I shoot him a quick, pointed glare over Harry's shoulder, warning him to stand down. His face twists with frustration, and he finally looks away, refusing to meet my gaze, his jaw set tight as he folds his arms with an exaggerated huff. A soft chill brushes over me, and a chandelier flickers. Theo looks around suspiciously, his expression darkening, but Harrison seems unbothered, as though used to the subtle disturbances around him. I'm left wondering how much of this is truly under his control, and how much he's playing off his charm. Lead the way, I say, my voice firm, masking the curiosity his intensity has sparked. As he guides me down a narrow corridor, his fingers trace over his wrist, fingers brushing the ribbon again. Just before we enter a small, dim room, he pauses, almost to himself, whispering, "This is for you, Lily." Interesting. Theo is a jelly boy. There you go. Interesting. Okay. All right. I mean, you're moving quick. So we're moving into, clearly, this is things are not going to go as planned. So we are already off to the races in terms of the narrative. You definitely are doing a good job starting us in the action. Honestly, like, I mean, you're moving fast. Like, the only thing I have to say is I think you're moving quickly, but I don't think it's like you need to add more scenes or more plot. I guess I think. This is hard because I'm wondering. So much of this is there anywhere I should slow it down? I don't think you should. I think more details. I kind of want a little bit more time with them. But see, this is a point. This is an opinion thing. I don't feel like. Definitely take this opinion and my opinions with a grain of salt, because I tend to like things that like linger, and I get to like hang out with the characters a little bit longer. You are cooking. We're going, and I don't feel like you should slow down those beats because I think like they flow well, like the pacing works. But I think like yeah, it's weird. I'm trying to figure out what I would add. I think a little bit like let's see here. Um, I think digestibility could be a good thing. How long do you want the book to be? Okay, 75 to 80k words. It's gonna be a standalone. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's a standalone. Okay. Okay. Da, 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 da. Do. Yeah, I guess it's like, yeah, it would probably just be like more, yeah, more detail. I don't think, yeah, because I feel like you would ruin the pacing if you just added another scene. Like, that's just like them hanging out. Like, we're on the street and we're just hanging out. I feel like that might slow it down too much. So I'm really trying to think what, maybe more time, maybe just a little bit more time before Chambers shows up. And if we are going to lean into the uncanny, maybe a little bit of a clue. It's interesting because Theo gets concerned when he sees the lights flicker. I wonder if there's like a detail that she could notice that Theo wouldn't notice that would like not make her think something bad's about to happen, but at least pique her curiosity. Maybe you already did that though. You might have already set this up, and I just don't know what the trigger could be. But maybe something like that. I'm mostly just thinking like giving them time to kind of ruminate and be themselves, because I do find the idea of her just talking to herself in this hallway room to a ghost very amusing. Like almost as if the uh what's her name, Martha Bennett, almost as if like Martha Bennett like almost like notices and gives her like a weird look. I mean, maybe she's used to people talking to themselves, but it would be kind of funny if she catches that a little bit, almost as if our character is kind of a little too comfortable sometimes talk, because you kind of set it up in the street that she's a little comfortable just talking to Theo and having people kind of side eye her thinking she's crazy. Like little like bits like that, like nothing that like drags too much, but like just a little bit of time to like add a little bit more character, a little bit more of an internal, like more internal, like more a little bit more internal monologue type stuff without it being an internal monologue. How hard was it for Theo to get that money? Is it difficult to get a dress made to her size, or is it the like ill-fitted, and was all that and was all of that their money? Oh, or was that all of their money? Gotcha. Those are like the minute details. Theo can touch inanimate objects by using energy in the clothes, it usually off the rack, so sometimes it can be uncomfortable. Okay, gotcha. Is it hard being around so many people coming back for X amount of time, or does she reveal it as a relief or a struggle for her? Yeah, I guess that actually might be the big note, is she clearly, because when you do a really good job of like describing her emotionally when she's crawling out of the grave, kind of like just how viscerally weird that feels to her, and like how gross it is and how exhausting this is. So maybe like, yeah, maybe like a little bit of like, because you say she's been to London before, so maybe it's like a maybe like a kind of like what's her feeling about like, and now I have to learn all this stuff again. Is it like just exhaustion? A little bit more of like a just the tedium of it, and like letting that kind of like her character kind of flow out from that a little, just in terms of like her internal monologue or her dialogue with Theo would probably, that might be what I'm missing when I'm saying it's moving too fast, because it's pacing wise it's not moving too fast. I think that's the more that I want, is like more of like her emotional state, but not just like a broad account of the emotional state, how like a certain detail of just a new city, a new time, how this like wears on her psyche even though she's been around for a long time. I'm gonna figure out. Figure that out and add a new scene before they get to London. Okay, I got you. Okay, leaning a little more to those small struggles of the everyday troubles of being what she is, and that'll help the reader connect to her. Yeah, I think that might be it. It's just and I don't think you need to go like crazy. You don't need to go overboard with it, but I think just a couple of like those tiny little details, of just like things for her to react to, or that could cause an emotional reaction in her. That'll like tell us a little bit more about her character or her state of mind, honestly. Her state of mind as she's going through that moment. So maybe that would be like my big I could see it going this way. Like that would be my big thing, cuz pacing wise it's great. The relationship between her and Theo is fantastic. They are delightful together. It's a compelling world. You've already set up a really compelling, I mean, the situation that they find themselves in is deeply compelling. So I think you did a great job. I think you did absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I think it's just a little bit of just tiny little things for her to react to, and I think it's off to the races. The ways of the city has changed. So long as she's been in the ground, or almost everything else. Yeah. Either. Oh, I have 2 full pages of notes. There you go. I mean, hey, that's don't want to overwhelm you, but that's yeah, and honestly, it's like, all things considered, structurally, you're very sound. It's just adding tiny little things. It's kind of really just things to throw into like a second draft of it, like just to kind of fill the empty spots to kind of get the audience on board with the characters. So, other than that, I think it's great. And I'm very excited to see where it goes. I mean, like, you're already like we're heading full steam into clearly some sort of situation that may or may not be good. So, but ending on that moment, you definitely want to be like, oh shit, like we just learned who these characters are. We just see how delightful they are together, and now we can be worried about, we can get that tension of being worried about what's about to happen to them. And you do I think you're like 9, 10, like 8-9% of the way there to like really have them fleshed out to the point where that tension's gonna hold. So yeah, perfect, great. All right, down timer. There we go. Well done, Moon Runes. I love it. You're the best of us, Moon Runes. Ghostly just watches old VODs and treats it as a podcast until input has rewired. I know, Moon Runes. The thing is they were saying, it was yesterday, Moon Runes. You weren't here for it, where I think Cryptid or somebody said that that I apparently was more organized than a lot of the other writers that they had seen. I can't remember who said that. It might have been someone else. And I was like, you all have not seen Moon Runes, because Moon Runes outlines are bananas. Absolutely bananas. I'm pretty sure I'm more organized now because of Moon Runes. That is, you can add that to the lore of the podcast. Or I called this a podcast. The lore of the stream. I hope it helps. And I believe that was me. Yeah. You're an inspiration. They're meticulous indeed. You are a meticulous outliner. It is very impressive. Yeah, I guess the only thing is, like, I know that you have said that you've gotten feedback in the past about like trimming and being too wordy. My only note is gonna be like, I would fight against that a little bit. Obviously, don't go crazy, but I feel like don't edit your stuff down too much, I think. And thank you too, Skylight. Yeah, exactly, Cryptid. Yeah, don't trim it all. Yeah, I'd agree. I think, because Wildlight. Gotcha. Yeah, hey, you can call me Skylight. I like to think that I vaguely illuminate offices occasionally, or classrooms. I don't know. That was a thing where they were trying to replace lights with skylights, and they never worked well, because it was always the worst like source of light in any building I've ever been in. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, careful, Ghostly will quote it. Yep. Yeah, because I remember the other story you were writing, Moon Runes. It was definitely a lot more. It felt a lot fuller, and I think, like, yeah, maybe it could have been trimmed down a little bit, but like this is like this you you have full authority to pad out. I feel like you could definitely add like quite a bit more to this, and I don't think it would feel slow at all. So, particularly because it's such a oh, okay, just everything's gonna go away now. Okay, all right. I guess all my things are gonna go away. That's cool. I don't need my screens. They could just vanish, I guess. Princess agrees. Exactly. Princess agrees completely. I see you, Ghostly. Don't threaten me with transparently lurking. Yep. I have 10 chapters so far, but I'm going through and adding more scenes. Okay, cool. Yep. Yeah, and even it might not even be like more scenes. I'd feel free to just like flesh out even the descriptions. There's like small things you can add, I think, in places, or like little opportunities to kind of just pad it a little bit, give it a little bit more. Princess agrees. Yeah, my first one was a lot. Yeah, I definitely. Yeah. I actually don't think it was that bad. I don't. From my recollection of reading what I read of it, I don't think you were overly wordy. Now, to be fair, I read less like Russian literature, so, you know, that's the thing. So anyway. I'll definitely add more. Wait, Ghostly, what is happening? Twilight, is it canon that Ghostly is married to Virgil yet? Big old sweet smell Pat's eyelashes. He is a playboy. He is a if he's married, then you can't have him. I cannot have Virgil be married, because then everything that's likable about him goes out the window, because he's constant. The whole thing with Virgil is he's constantly trying to get laid. That's like his thing. Then it's like a lot less charming if he's married. To someone named Ghostly. Who's Ghostly, Virgil? I don't know. I just made it up. Oh, Cryptid did not see it. I think Cryptid came in after. Oh, Cryptid. Ghostly found time somehow, some way to make the most honestly accurate to the script marriage certificate. So we'll go ahead and bring this up again. Yeah, of course, this is how streams started, Cryptid, is Ghostly had to immediately throw this in yeah, right? Exactly. I do hope you did this at work. Since if you were having such a bad day at work, I hope this was where work came from. So, yep. Gotta love it. Fantastic. Where's my timer? Oh, the timer just went away. There we go. Ghostly totally didn't stay up to the wee hours. Oh, Ghostly, do not sleep deprive yourself in order to like out of spite make a document for me. If you send that over to me, we can make it legal. Opera Soria, we do not need to start making documents legal here. I have already agreed to do a reading for Ghostly that is given through Wilight Bucks on the Wilight Buck card that we are going to be distributing out to people. The Company Town card with the Company Town money on it. Yeah, I was going to say, please rest. Do not keep yourself up. If I commit to the bit too hard, tell me. No, you're fine, Ghostly. I used to get in trouble at improv practice. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of improv is yes-anding. I mean, that's where all the stuff comes from, is to commit to the bit so much that you are and outdo the previous thing. It's yes-anding. It's the whole point. Or no but. I've already added a note to make your rewards card soon. Oh, did you, Moonroots? Yeah, I do. We definitely need to make with absolute the gooberiest look on my face. The Wildlight Bucks or whatever it's called. Welcome back, Opera. I have an idea for that. I see it in my head. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's good. There we go. Yeah, oh my god, Litecoin. Oh no. Litecoin. It's like, oh god, we just do the Bitcoin nonsense. That is really good. Litecoin. All right, everybody. Here is how all of us get rich. All of us get rich by replacing Dogecoin with Litecoin. It's a grift. I mean, obviously it's a grift. That we're going to get a bunch of people to buy in on, and then we cash out. It's almost like a financial pyramid scheme, guys. I'm pretty sure we can pull this off. Nobody's done this before. Anyway. Moon Rose, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Opera Soria. So you need a blockchain? That's going to cost more money than we're ever going to make on it. It's the server space for a fucking blockchain, and also destroy the environment. I know. Cryptid's like, shh, if you say that too loud, the popped collar, weird bros out of Texas are totally gonna hear you. They will hear like a cat to a can opener. They will appear. No, I could do it for free. Oh, well, there you go. See, everybody, we can do it for free. We can make our Silicon future free. And then we can all move down to, Anarchapulco in Mexico and create a anarcho-capitalist commune where we just pray to the god of Bitcoin, of Litecoin. Yes. This is the future. This is our future, everybody. One of these days, Ghostly is gonna wear you down. We'll see. We pray to pray. Yeah, okay, there you go, Cryptid. Princess. Mm-hmm. We pray to the princess. That's the Litecoin, is just princess screaming. Instead of Doge, instead of the dog, the Shiba Inu, it's just princess. I like that and she spreads her gospel of exactly. Yep. Precisely. We've done it, everybody. We've all right. Somebody start dropping this stuff on 4chan. God. Oh god. Ghostly has gotten an IOU out of you already. Ghostly is persistent, not the odds. You have gotten the IOU. I cannot guarantee Virgil's going to survive, and I cannot guarantee that Virgil will be married, but you did get an IOU, so be proud of that. Cool. Ad break. All right, there we go. Cryptid Wildlight. Uh-oh. What happened? What did I do? Aside from me writing my weird tech bro future. Oh, that's true, yeah. Ghostly doesn't need to know what 4chan is. Ghostly doesn't ever have to go to 4chan. Actually, nobody needs to go to 4chan. No one should go to 4chan. It is where dreams go to die. I know what 4chan is, thank you. Well, that's good. At least go. Okay, Ghostly. That's not good, actually. I don't think it's a good thing at all. That's okay. Yeah, that's right. Is what I was gonna say. You gotta speak to the youth here. 4chan is still around, isn't it? I think so. I don't know. I mean, I could literally go to it. Not that I'm definitely not gonna. 50 biddies for the biddy princess. Oh, Nell, thank you so much. And she just left. Yue, come here. You just got 50 biddies. No, you're just gonna sit there. Yeah, she's just sitting there. What she wants is food. But she will come back. But thank you so much, Nell. Thank you. Cheered 50 bits. Thank you. Biddies for the biddy princess. It's a trash website. They mention a bunch of Ghostly's true crime shows. They're mentioning 4chan and true crime? I mean, I guess for some of them it makes sense. I mean, it's 4chan has a and 8chan has a notorious history for not so much true crime, but also like literal like terrorist shit. But Princess Biddies, can I eat those? Yeah, she's like, where can I eat? Yeah. Like, she's just like, where can I? Nope, nope, nope. I think she's just done sitting up here now. She's decided to go. She's decided to just go stare at me over there now until I go feed her. Which I will do before we start the final sprint of the night. Just wait a minute, your sister. Wait, Opera Story, what the fuck was your sister doing on there? Do they have like manga? Like, that's honestly the only thing I know that your sister does on the internet is read manga. But like, why on of all places 4chan and all people your sister? Was she doing it just to rage, just to get mad at all the awful shit that's on there? So her name was Yue. Yeah, Yue. Princess Yue from Avatar: The Last Airbender she is named after. So I got both of them. Well, and the other one, the large orange boy is Aang. So Avatar Aang, Princess Yue. Yep, Mooncat. Oh, you'll be back. I need to close up the library now that the paint is dry. Ooh. Oh, you're painting in your home library? Because that's... Ooh, what color did you paint it? Was it a different color, or are you just doing, like, touch-up paints? I'll be back. Hopefully I do some running. Yes, yeah, we'll be starting the last sprint. I'm going to go feed the cats. And then we will start the last sprint of the evening. Oh, no! You had a tooth pulled? It's been tricky? Yeah, that's rough. Ugh. I hope that you are having... I hope they give you, like, pain meds and just anything to kind of keep the swelling down. But we will see you when you get back. Cryptid, good luck closing up the library. She enjoys arguing. Oh, gotcha. Okay, enjoys arguing. Okay, the only reason I could ever imagine your sister going on 4chan is to yell at people. Okay. Especially as it's right next to... Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, that's rough. Ugh. I'm so sorry, Nell. That sounds rough. Okay. All right. I will be right back. We'll start our last sprint. And I'm going to go feed the cats. So I will be right back. Oh, you have the same issue? That's awful. I'm sorry. Teeth stuff, man. That... Ugh. I had a lot of problematic teeth when I was a kid, and I did not have a good time doing all that. All right. I will be right back, and we will get started in a moment. I'm back. Whew. Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. I had to feed the cats and then misplace my water. What is going on? What is happening? I leave for well, more than 2 seconds. I leave for what is this? Opera Story's sister enjoy arguing. Join 4chan to do so. My face when winning an argument.jpg. Exactly. That's true. Ghostly knows it is useless battle, but the thought of bullying while into writing Virgil, having a ghostly conquest amuses me so very much. Jesus. You can certainly try. That English bad, I quit. I'm with you, Ghostly. I want to see it done. Should start a petition. I think you've all forgotten that I am indeed a god emperor. This is not petitions democracy. I laugh in the face of these things. Jesus. Alright, you're back and finally to your writing machine. Somehow I've moved to a bookcase twice and dislocated. Will wonders ever cease? Ooh, okay, you've moved. Whew. Well done. Well done for not getting hurt doing that, because moving a bookcase is that's a big deal. Exactly. We'll just keep flattering you until you can. Yeah, exactly. That's you're all slowly learning my kryptonite. It's our last 60-degree day for. Oh no. Is it gonna get colder or hotter for a bit? So I had to do the last of the paint. Got it. Painting and plumbing. Okay. Yep. Colder. Okay. Colder. It's gonna get colder. Enough to set the just the old house things. Got it. Fine. I should write a pleasing sonnet singing your praises to appease the emperor and get my way. Because flattery gets you everywhere. Yep. Alright. No. God Emperor's going to therapy. So God Emperor doesn't have to succumb to vanity and validation anymore, okay? Because you're good enough. And what's that old SNL sketch where he's always just like, you're good enough and you're strong enough. Like, just say that to myself in the mirror. Bows to the all-powerful while yeah, right. God Emperor's going to therapy to learn to treat his umpteen Primarch kiddos fairly. Yeah, that's the actual historical truth there, right there. Is just learn how to not be a terrible father. Colder, which is technically supposed to be doing. It's been a weird ass couple of weeks. Interesting. I'm surprised it's getting that cold. All right. Okay, everybody. We are gonna dive in. It's we're only doing 2 sprints today, so this will be the last sprint. And then we're gonna do a full. We're gonna do Are we talking? Oh, gotcha. Okay, so here's where, here's where I'm gonna out myself. I know nothing about 40K. I actually know 0 about Warhammer 40K. My brother's really into it. It should be. I don't know if it'll be 4 hours. It'll be 3 sprints to 4 sprints tomorrow, Ghostly. But yeah, it's gonna be like a full-ish sprint session tomorrow. I know the stuff from if the Emperor did a text speech. Oh, text to speech here. Gotcha. Okay. So the only reason when I reference the God Emperor or the Emperor, it's a reference to Dune, God Emperor of Dune, which I think is 40K is kind of doing a bit from is kind of like they're kind of homaging / kind of making fun of Dune's God Emperor, as far as I understand how 40K works. So anyway, I actually don't know too much about Primarchs. I apologize to say. I'd actually have to look them up, because I actually don't know anything about 40K lore. I can talk to you about the houses in Dune and all that kind of stuff, and all the all the people trying to betray, because that's Leto the Second, who becomes the God Emperor of Dune, who literally just merges with a worm and becomes God, which is pretty great. Geez, remember the old days? You would stream for hours. The old days, which sadly got just because Warhammer got pissy about. Yep, yep, yep. That sounds like Games Workshop. The days of yore. Yeah, I do remember those days, Ghostly. There were a lot of. I'm trying to get back to those days where we do like longer streams. The problem is my days are a little intense. 4 hour streams the great before time. I promise we are gonna get back to 4 hour streams. We will be getting back to 4 hour streams where we do four full sprints. We're gonna get there. I promise you, Ghostly, it will happen. I also don't stream in the middle of the night anymore. Unfortunately, work and life has required me not to do that. You're less of a raccoon. I am not. I promise you that. I am not less of a raccoon. But yes, there are reasons why I don't do quite as many schedule wise. I don't have as much time anymore. Ghostly, I applaud you for this. Yeah, the raccoon's never going away. Just less of a feral one, exactly. Let's see. Though holy fuck, there have been some amazing videos made. One guy even made a cinema quality fan video. Oh wow, that's impressive. A stairs project, very cool. Hey, mind if I ask a question as you've traveled more than me? Yeah, of course. No. Yeah, whatever. Ghostly, thanks for putting up with us, Wildlight. Oh, it's fine. I love you all. You're all great. If you've been to Mexico, what's it like for tourists? That's a question. So I've been to Mexico. I have not been to Mexico in probably 15 to 20 years. Probably closer to 20 now. Yeah, because I was in high school the last time I was in Mexico. I grew up spending every summer going to Mexico. So I would spend time down in the mainland and also down into Baja, usually around like San Carlos and La Paz, which are on the coast. And I spent a lot of time out on the ocean. But I will say this. I spent a good chunk of time in Mexico City, and from everybody I've talked to who still goes to Mexico City, Mexico City rocks. I loved when I went there as a kid. It was one of my favorite cities. I loved Mexico City. It's a good time. It's a good I from what I've heard, it's still good. Like obviously it's like any city that has you just need to know where to go, where not to go, what part of Mexico you can be in, that kind of thing. Like I probably wouldn't spend a lot of time in border towns, that's for sure. And there's obviously parts of Mexico City I wouldn't go to, but there's as the city itself, I've spent so much time in the middle of Mexico. I never went to tourist spots. We were always we stayed with people who lived there. We stayed with families who lived there. I spent a lot of time with people that lived out on the islands. So I don't really know what it's like for someone who's as a tourist going there to do tourism. Depends which part. Okay, mostly I'll be going to Puebla and maybe Yucatan. I've heard that that's a good time, but I don't know. Used to live 10 minutes from Juarez. Does not have tourists because you don't come back. Because you don't come back. Jesus. At least not with all your organs. It's rough. Okay, yeah. I probably wouldn't go to Juarez. Jokes on them. I'm already missing a few. Yep. Cozumel was pretty nice. Tourist town. Everything was overpriced. Yeah, it's all tourist towns. I was gonna be might as well. That's what I would do if I was going to Yucatan. Though I think I have to go with someone as I'm a tourist and okay, gotcha. Female presenting and traveling alone is not a good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. Definitely, yes. Yeah, I would probably recommend if you're going to Mexico to definitely do it with people. In general, that does not shock me, Ghostly, at all. I would imagine Juarez would be the place. It's the border towns, man. You do not want to be near border towns. I would like to, but I'm interested in I'm interested in Chicxulub. Okay. I probably totally butchered that word. Yeah, that's like I don't know. I've never been to those two places, but I have heard. I've had friends that went to Yucatan and had a good time. They said it was really great. It was really pretty too. Ghostly was in El Paso for 2 years. Super interesting culture, but the crime was bad. Yeah. I've driven through El Paso a lot. I've spent a lot of time in El Paso. Not a fan. I mean, I'm not a fan of most West Texas, to be honest with you. Hey, Phoenix, welcome in. The crater from the asteroid that killed, that killed the dinosaurs. Oh, that's okay. Yeah. If you Google it, it does a funky little animation. Oh, really? That's cool. I'll be back. It's time for soup. Go get some soup. We need to dive into our sprint because I do have to go. I do have to wrap up stream before too late. So, we are going to get started on our sprint, but go enjoy your soup. For everybody who is here, hopefully you have a delightful time getting the words done. We will see you on the other side. Happy writing, everybody, and away we go. Alrighty, everybody, that is the end of the last sprint of the eve. Let me go and turn this down. What is it? Thank you. It's this. It's all you weirdos follow. Ghostly is not morbidly curious since other gothic bodies horror, so this story is for y'all. I mean, yeah. I mean, only write it if you want to write it, Ghostly. But it is very exciting. I will. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm not. I'm not very, very excited to read a Southern Gothic horror story by Ghostly. Oh, good. Okay, yeah, that's it to a T. Exactly, Cryptid. Something about. I think that's actually why handwriting also helps me get over writing block if I write things by hand. Woot! All right, and my sewing area is a current disaster. I totally do the same. Just switch the creative outlet helps. Exactly. Thank you for the stream. Of course, Moon Runes. Thank you for letting me read it. I'm very, 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 very glad I got to read it. I like it a lot, so I can't wait to read more of it. All right. Ghostly. No, Ghostly is annoyed by how much she likes it. Awesome. Good. Ghostly didn't need another thing to distract her, but she's in 100%. Yes. Excellent. All right. Well, I have to run, everybody, but know that I love you all. And I hope that you all have a wonderful Friday Eve if you keep on writing or if you just take the rest of the night off. Definitely, if you're feeling it, relax. Definitely take care of yourselves. And be kind to yourselves and be kind to everybody else. And yeah, we'll catch you all tomorrow if you're all going to be back. Nice! 507 word sprint. Well done, Phoenix. Fantastic. All right, see you all tomorrow. We'll have a full stream tomorrow, so apologies for the short stream, but we'll see you all then.